Okay, so we're going to get on with the show. We're going to talk about youth football, and we're joined today by Herbie Tyler. Hello, Herbie.
Morning, Kev.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, mate.
Now, you're a very busy man when it comes to youth football, and we've got some of your under-9s coming up later, so we've got some great stories to tell us about there. But first of all, we're going to speak to Erin and Lorna McLennan. Morning, guys.
Morning, Kev.
How are we doing?
Good, thanks.
Right, excellent. Now, we speak to you first, Erin. Come in. Now, Erin, you're the member of the ladies under-18s team, is that right?
Yes, that is.
And have you had a good season?
It has been a great season.
Have you? Now, I must admit, I do know a little bit about you and your guys, because I want to say good morning to Sharon Cooper, first of all. Morning, Sharon. She's been keeping me on the loop about what's going on, and I've been trying to read out your reports when I get them. So, now tell us a little bit about your season. Where'd you finish in the league?
First.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
now? That's funny. I didn't know that. You finished top. Now, what sort of a season have you had? I mean, some of the games that I've seen the reports have been very close games, but you've also had some really good wins as well. Tell me about probably what's the team that you think was the hardest game that you had against this year? Some of the closest games.
I think our closest game was probably Gravesham.
Oh yes,
That was very close.
Yeah, right.
Very intense game.
Was it? And I mean, a few basics now. I mean, how many in your side? Is it 9? Is it or 11?
Yeah, we play 9 aside.
You play 9. So after the 18s, you go up to 11. I assume.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring the coach in. Let's bring in the big boss. Come on in, Lorne.
Hi, Kev.
Lorne. So now you're the manager and coach, and you keep these girls on their toes.
Yeah, manager and coach, and I try my best to keep them on their toes, but they are under-18s girls, so it can be a little bit dodgy at times.
A bit dodgy, yeah. I can imagine, like a dressing room full of under-18s. Do they have all music in the dressing room and things like that?
No. The main problem is we can't stop them talking before the game, at half-time and after the game, but trying to get them talking during the game seems to be a problem.
Right. So, I mean, for you as a manager and a coach, how's it been? You've had a good season.
Oh, we've had a great season.
Yeah.
It's exceeded all expectations, to be honest.
Right.
So it's been really, really good.
But the nucleus of your team, I mean, you're under 18, so that means girls from 15, 16, 17 can play. What's the makeup of your team?
Well, at the moment, our team is quite a young team in regards to under-18s. The majority of our girls are 15, having just turned 16. The nucleus of the team we've had 9 girls that myself and my assistant Roy have coached since under 10.
Yeah.
So we've both been involved at different stages.
So you've been following them through since they were under 10s.
Yes.
I want to say good morning to Roy and to Paige. Sadly, Roy couldn't make it. He got a phone call late last night. Sporting stuff got in the way today, so it's a shame. But we send you our best wishes. So you've been with these girls ever since sort of 9s and 10s.
Yes, on and off. Both myself and Roy have managed.
And do you find that I mean, some of the girls really step up to the mark, especially when like areas like Gravesham, where the population density is probably a bit deeper, and so it's a bit more competitive?
Oh, definitely. Over the years, we've noticed that the girls in the South East Kent, the standard has gradually improved, and now we're actually, in a position where we can compete with a lot of those teams up from the Dartford area.
Right.
There are a lot of good teams there, though, because they have such a large catchment area.
Yeah. So I picked up that you're in a Division 2, so you've won the league. So what happens now? You go into under-18s Division 1?
Yes, we move up to Division 1 under-18s, yeah.
Does that mean more travelling or just a higher standard of football?
Higher standard of football, definitely, but the travelling will be pretty much the same as what we've had this season.
Okay, and what are your closest rivals? I mean, is it Ashford or something like that?
Our nearest rivals, we've got Thanet Colts, and we've also got Ashford Angels. Ashford Angels are our main rivals, and we've tended to fluctuate between who's on top through the seasons. This season, though, it was our turn, so...
Okay, right, brilliant. Okay, so we're going to play a bit of music, and we're going to come back and speak to these guys, because I love this. Ladies football, I've always been a great follower of ladies football, and I love watching the games up at Wembley there, or on the telly, I know, but we're going to play a bit of music, and then we're going to find out about sort of training and stuff that they get up to before they get on the park on match day. Okay, now we're going to bring back Lorna and Erin. Now, Erin, come in. It's your turn. Zoom in. Let's get right in there. Now, Erin, now Now, tell us like a typical week for you about your training. How many times a week do you go training?
Well, I train with Folkestone once a week, and I train with Crystal Palace on a Wednesday.
You train with Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Right, that sounds very good. Now, tell us about Crystal Palace then.
It is very good.
Were you just picked up by one of the scouts there?
No, one of my friends was going up there and thought that I might like it up there, so she took me up and then started training and trials and.
Okay, so whereabouts do you go? You don't. They've got a training ground that you go to.
It's up in Bromley.
Bromley. Okay, so Dad has to get in the old car. Good old Dad. So do you find that the training up there, it must have helped your game playing on down at Folkestone?
Yeah, it is very quick pace, so
is it
keeps you on your toes and moving
Does
a lot.
All right. So do you find that when you're playing local football that obviously the standard isn't going to be so good, but do you find you're more in control, you're enjoying the game better?
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable on the pitch
okay
now.
That's great. Yeah, okay. So what's your position? Where do you play?
I play left wing.
Left wing. Have you scored many goals this year?
29, I think.
29. I think. God dear. That is great. Well done. Now, I understand one of the other girls goes up to Palace as well.
Oh, Simone, yeah.
Simone. So do you work it out, travel together?
Yeah, we travel together, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So do you actually just train, or are you hoping to get into some sort of development squad up there?
Well, I'm training with the development squad at the moment, and I'm hoping to play for him next season.
I see.
If I get through the trials, that's it.
Right, okay. So Dad come in. So if Erin does manage to get up there, do you lose her? Does that mean that she signs for Crystal Palace and can't play for Folkestone?
No, she can dual register, so she'll
can.
be able to still play for Folkestone. Unfortunately, though, the Folkestone games are on a Sunday, so it'll be a little bit tight.
Right. So you as a dad, you're taking her up there. Did you notice the difference in the football between the Sunday stuff and the Palace stuff?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Everything is played at such a high intensity. The training sessions, to be quite honest, are very similar. Yeah. But just the speed that the ball moves at and the touch of the girls is just at a different level altogether.
Okay. Do they play on grass or AstroTurf?
They train on 3G surface at the moment.
Yeah. And from your experience of travelling around with the girls there, are a lot of the games played on 3G now?
No, the majority of the games, particularly for our season, we've played on grass. We've had one game on the 3G at the Three Hills in Folkestone due to the polo ground being unplayable. We do train on the 3G, which makes it better for us, but when we notice the difference when you go into grass and the surface is that more unpredictable.
Yeah, okay. Herbie, let's bring you in a little bit here now. Now, Herbie, how do you see this girls developing? You've got hats on with the Gillingham FC and the Kent FA. Can you see the girls' game getting stronger and stronger?
It gets stronger and stronger every year. Recently you had the FA Cup's women's final, which I was lucky to go up and see, and I was impressed with the standard of football. The goal from Arsenal was really well taken, so even the professional game is taking that extra step forward now, and we're seeing that female participation from a younger age is becoming more and more popular. And the work that's going on across the country in Kent and down this way as well is really good. That's
a good point you made, because your job, one of your jobs was to get more participation in football in Kent. Do you have a job getting girls involved, or do you think there's like a little niche out there that they just want to play?
We run a festival yearly up at our complex up in Cobdown, where girls can just turn up in groups of 4 and just play a festival all day. And we had something like 1,000 girls or something. It was ridiculous. It was loads.
Really?
All up from under 8s all the way up to under 18s.
Did that surprise you that many turned up?
Yeah, we kind of anticipated that there'd be a lot, and we got some England international players down, and we had some. We had Sky Sports down one year as well doing coverage. So the word is getting out there that girls football is going up.
Okay, so right now switching back. Last word with you two guys. Come in. So Erin, you've seen that football at Crystal Palace, and as Herbie said, you can take it to another level. Do you think that this is for you, a bit of football career?
Obviously, it'd be a great dream to be a footballer, but I'm just focusing on schoolwork, trying to get the grades and stuff at the moment.
If you became a part of the Crystal Palace, for want of a better word, a development squad academy, there must be education involved. Dad, is that right?
Not at development level, there's not.
No.
Obviously, the development squad that she's at the moment, they range from, she's one of the youngest at the moment in the team, so they tend to range from 17, 18 up into the mid-20s.
Right, okay. Now, I'm not sure if I said it. I'm sure I did at the start of the show, but I want to say good morning to Sharon Cooper. Now, Sharon's been the link between myself and the under-18s, and we've got to give her daughter Katie a mention because she was player of the season. So well done to you guys. Now, I'll be looking out for you guys, your result next year. Sadly, you might not be in the team next year, Erin. How do you feel about that? Kind of losing, all your mates and going up to the big wide world. Do you fancy that?
It is quite emotional. Obviously, I've grown up with quite a few of the girls from like under 10s, playing quite a lot with them. But I'll still meet up with them and train with them. Yeah,
great. It's a step forward, though, isn't it? You can't, you've got to go onwards and upwards. And I want to wish you all the best. I'll be looking out for you in your Crystal Palace career, possibly. And Lauren, I want to thank you for coming in and bringing Erin in. And any last words, any thank yous that you want to say?
Yeah, I'd love to say thanks to all the parents that have supported us throughout the year, because if it wasn't for them, we couldn't do it. Also, a big thanks to Mark Avery and his brother and Shepway Building Contractors for the continued sponsorship of girls football. And this goes back to under 7s, under 8s, every year without fail. So big thanks to them, but most of all to the girls for the dedication, the training, the hard work they've put in. They've got their just rewards this season. And could also just mention that next Sunday, Sunday the 5th, we're holding open trials for both next season's under 15s. So that's current year 8, year 9 for under 15s from 12:30 to 1400 hours on the 3 Hills. And also for the under 18s, current year 10 and 11. And for any girls that have an 18th birthday that falls after the 31st of August, you're more than welcome to come along, and that's from 1400 to 1600 hours, 3 Hills, Folkestone.
There you go. So there you go, girls. There's a whole future, a whole new world. If you've seen football on the telly and you think you might want to have a go, then just get up there, up the 3 Hills. Okay, just want to say thanks so much for coming in, and I wish you all the luck to both of you in your future career, Erin, and for next year at the under-18s, Lauren. Well done. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us, Kev.
Okay, we're back. We've had a big change round. Like I said, the studio is crammed today. And that's how we like it here. We love it on Sports Ferret Show when we just get so many guests. It's like everyone's on the ball. It's great. It's been great fun. So we just want to thank Erin and Lauren for coming in and give us an insight onto the youth football, but more so ladies under 18s and what happens next. So we've got more understanding now. So we're going to jump down the age groups now, and we're going to be joined by the under 9s. But first of all, we're going to say hello to Herbie. Now, Herbie's a regular on the show, but he's the manager. Morning, Herbie, once again.
Morning, mate.
Yeah, you swapped over now.
Yeah, on the other mic.
You got the other hat on there. You'll be sitting in the middle soon, the way things are going. Now, Herbie, you run this under 9 side, and we're joined by 2 of your star players. Is that right?
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce them? That'd be the easiest way.
Yeah, well, Leo's our captain. Do you want to say hello?
Say hello, Leo.
Hello.
That's it. And
we call him Bob.
Bob, right.
So his name's Bob, and then we've got Kian over here as well.
Hi, Kev.
Hello, Kian. Right, now, you guys are looking really smart in your Invicta kit. So we speak to you first, Kian. Now, last week was massive. Tell us what you did last week.
Well, we went on to Wembley Stadium and we walked round the pitch and we got to hold the flags and we was waving them. Right. It was just a great experience, and thank you for Matt and Herbie for bringing us up there.
Okay, this is fantastic. Now, there was 2, I know that there was 2 games on, 2 very top of the tree non-league games, so you were very privileged. So, do we know how many people were in the stadium at the time?
45,000 people.
45,000? Oh, my word. And did you get a chance to have a look at the background of Wembley at all? Anything sort of in the change rooms or anything like that? No, that's a shame. So you were parading in your Invicta colours, were you?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Now let's switch to Leo. Leo. So how did you feel about that, Leo?
It was a really good experience and it was a great atmosphere as well.
Was it? Was you a bit nervous? Or was
yeah.
It? Was you? Yeah, okay. And now I've seen some pictures of you guys already, and because you can't go anywhere these days, but you're actually on the big screen, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, waving on the big screen. Now, so how many of you went up there? How many of your team?
8.
8, yeah. And did your mum and dad go with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they had a great day as well. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to talk to one of the mums. We're going to talk to Marie. Good morning, Marie.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Now, I must admit, I've put your arm up your back there to get you to come in and say hello. But you've seen how easy it is if the boys can do it. Now, Marie, you went to Wembley last week?
Yes.
How did you find it as a parent?
It was amazing. It was really lovely to see the boys up there and waving their flags about. It was a lovely atmosphere.
Okay. And, I mean, did you have a little tear in your eye?
Yeah, it was very emotional. I think I speak on behalf of all of the parents when I say how proud we were of all the boys. It was really lovely to see them.
Okay, yeah, no, it must have been fantastic. I mean, Wembley is the home of football. You know, it's like if you play tennis, you want to go to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
If you play rugby, you want to go to Twickenham and so on. I mean, how did it feel for you as a mum to see your boy walking around with a flag at Wembley?
It just pride, just so proud.
Yeah.
It was just, it was lovely.
Did they behave themselves?
They did. From what we hear. I mean, obviously, Matt and Herbie looked after them.
You can tell me the truth when the show's over. She's really not for script here now, Dads. But no, so they did behave themselves.
They did, yeah.
They did everybody
we were
prep.
separated. We was on a different, part from them, but we could see them all the time. So
fantastic.
They looked like they were behaving.
Excellent, Herbie. Now then, tell me, how on earth did your little under-9s team manage to get hold of those flags and get around Wembley?
I think one of the parents was just bored scanning through Twitter, so shout out to Nicky Dent because he was scanning through Twitter and saw a competition on the FA Twitter that allowed the kids the chance to obviously flag bear. And he sent the details over to Matt, who's unfortunately not here today.
Oh, Matt Norris here. Morning, Matt.
And then he entered the team, and just so happened that us and 2 other teams from Kent got the chance to do it.
All right. So it was just as simple as that, was it?
Yeah, it was as simple as that. Putting our name in the hat.
So you pulled out of the hat. Who were the other 2 teams in Kent? Do you remember?
There was Barmin girls and Castle Colt girls.
Oh, Barmin, that's Maidstone Way, isn't it?
Way, yeah.
And the other one was?
Castle Colts.
Where are they?
The ladies.
Not sure. No.
Not sure.
Okay, but were there many? Generally, were there many teams of boys? Oh, well, there must have been some girls as well. There was there?
Yeah, it was quite evenly split, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was probably more boys teams, just about, but there was quite a lot of girls teams there as well.
Okay, right. Okay, we're going to play a bit of music, and then we're going to ask the boys. I've got an amazing question here, and I honestly don't know the answer to this. They were unbeaten in the league, but they finished second. So we're going to play a bit of music, and we're going to find out how that happened.
You're listening to Academy FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, this here's another one for the steppers.
Okay, Happy People by R. Kelly there, 2004. And once again, I do not know where this hour has gone. The message we've been trying to get across today is about the youth football around the county and especially in this town. So I want to bring 2 boys right in now. So this is what it's all about. We're talking about under-9s. We're talking about Kian and Leo. Now you've had a good season, boys. So can you explain how you finished second but you was unbeaten, or have we got to leave that to Herbie?
Well, it was at the start of the season. We drawed our first game, but I think Margate won their first game.
Okay, so technically it was a draw, but which is unbeaten, of course. Oh, it's so simple, isn't it?
And we drawed most of our games.
Have you? Right. Okay. Now, Leo. Now, whereabouts do you play? What position do you play in?
Centre back.
Centre back. Okay. So, are you allowed past the halfway line?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Do you go up for corners and things like that?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Have you scored any goals?
A couple.
Yeah, good lad, yeah. So who's the leading goal scorer in your team?
Jaden.
Is he? Right, and what about you, Kian? Have you scored many?
I've scored over 15 this season.
15? That's good going.
I think over more than 25.
Have you? Brilliant. Now, what's the hardest team that you play? Who's the kind of the biggest enemies, the arch rivals that you've got?
Margate. 100%.
Are they? Yeah, good side, are they? Where did they finish? Who finished top then?
No one finished top in our league because it's a non-competitive
league. Yeah, this is something
this age group. But what the boys were talking about was a tournament down in Margate for the East Kent Youth League. It's sort of like a round-robin competition, but we drew unfortunately some of the games and ended up second, even though we were unbeaten.
Oh right, okay. Now, Mum, first of all, I just want to say thank you for coming in, Marie. I know it goes against the grain, but are you a vocal parent when watching the game?
I am.
Oh, why not?
Although I am shushed sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, you have to be, don't you?
Of course you do.
Got to get involved.
Right, excellent. Boys, we're fast running out of time. I've got to play the last song. So, any thank yous that you want to say?
Thank you for Matt and Herbie for organising.
Yeah, great. That's good. Well done.
Having a great season.
Oh, good. And I'm so pleased that you managed to get to Wembley. Go on then.
And a big hi to Matt at Folkestone Invicta.
Good. Well, good big high five to Matt. Right, I'm sorry, guys, we're running out of time, but you've been great ambassadors for the club, and I want to say thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed coming in.
Seasiders!
Seasiders, that's it. We nearly forgot that. That's the Seasiders, the under-9s. And we'll see you next week. Next week we'll be talking Redoubt Sailing Club. Thanks to everybody for coming in. It's been a great morning.